Hello and welcome to the Kayden Show, today's best country mix. Joining us here on the show today is Kory, Mann. Kory, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. So let's get started. For people that may not know who you are, tell them about you and how you got started in your journey of acting.
I'm Kory Mann. I got started acting. I really started taking it seriously in like 2020, February 2020, right before the pandemic.
Ooh, right before the pandemic. Yep.
Yeah. Um, I feel like what most people know me for now is Man, but I really started like in college sort of because I majored in film production. So that was sort of like getting my feet wet in that sort of world and realizing I was jealous of all the actors and I just wanted to be an actor. So I started like doing short films and stuff and eventually booked Man, which was, the beneficial thing to happen in my career so far. And I've also done like some other commercials and, thank goodness for commercials because they're what actually pays the bills. So,
Yeah, those commercials for sure definitely do pay those bills, you know?
yeah.
So you were telling me that you have some exciting news. You recently filmed your first role for a show in a major streaming platform. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, I like every time I talk about it, I have to say major streaming platform because I don't think I'm allowed to say which one it is, but it's one of the big ones and I'm so excited.
Hmm.
I started filming in like March and April of last year in 2024. It's like the first like big show I've ever booked in my whole life, and I'm so excited for it to come out. I spent 3 days filming it. I had a trailer for the first time in my life, and I feel like as an actor, it's like the one of the things you're like waiting for. Like you'll know that you're starting to like actually get somewhere once you have your own trailer. And it was so exciting. And I've just never been on a set that big before. And I can't wait for everyone to see it because I'm really excited. I think it's going to be amazing.
That is definitely exciting for sure. Now, what kind of projects would you be looking to see yourself in the future doing?
My number one goal, which I'm like so crazy, like thinking about all the time, is I really want to be a series regular on a TV show
Ooh,
set in high school because I am
okay.
so obsessed with a bunch of different shows set in high school, like Euphoria, Generation, which used to be on HBO,
Yep.
Never Have I
Hmm.
Ever, and also this Australian show called Heartbreak High. I'm so obsessed with
Oh,
all of
yes.
them. I don't know if you've seen any of them,
Yes,
but
I have.
there's something about a high school show that just captures this like very chaotic time in your life that didn't happen for
Hmm.
me at all. My high school experience was so boring, so uneventful. And I want to relive it, but with so much chaos and emotion. And like I would love to be a series regular just because I've usually worked on like little short films, so you don't get to see so much of a story. I want to work on something for like years and you can see like everything that happens to your character throughout.
Yes, definitely, because when you're a series regular, you get to kind of see what happens with it. But when you go in once, you don't really know what happens next. You're kind of left on a cliffhanger.
Exactly. All this anthology I'm doing. It's like you never know what's gonna happen now.
If you had the opportunity to work with any actor or actress in the industry, who would you choose and why would you choose them?
Oh my goodness. I feel like if I had like thought more, I would have a better answer. But like the first person to come to my mind is Lana Condor because I just love
Oh,
her
there
so
you go.
much into All the Boys I Loved Before. That was like one of my favorite. Oh, like that movie makes me want to be in like a romance so bad. She's so good in it. She's so adorable. And I was literally at a callback like a few weeks ago, and one of the other actors told me that they thought I was Lana Condor, which I don't think I look like her, but that was the sweetest compliment I had ever gotten that they thought I was her. I would love
That
that.
is very sweet for sure. Now, you've been in quite a few Darman episodes, and most of you listeners know who Darman is, but he is a YouTuber with a lot of followers and millions of followers now. So tell us more about what was one of your favorite episodes in Darman that you were in.
I always have a hard time answering that question, but I feel like I always go back to, I think the most iconic one was like girl fakes being rich and like buys a fake bag or something that I did with Lariani. That was one of my
Yes.
like very first few like early videos I did, and it was the longest shoot that I had ever done at that point. I think it was like 5 days. I think one of the days was like 14 hours, and I had never spent that much time working on Darman
Hmm.
for a video until that. And I feel like the whole cast just bonded so much. I feel like every time I think about Darman, like my mind goes back to that video, even though I filmed countless, like so many since then. I always go back to thinking about that one standing in like the freezing cold in like the middle of the night. But yeah, that was iconic. And I feel like my most favorite recent one, I don't know if it's ever coming out. I filmed a really fun role where I got to like really like stretch my comedic muscles for once, like months, like a good amount of time ago, and it hasn't come out yet. I filmed it with like Angelina and Tate, and I love both of them so
Mhm.
much, but we'll see if that ever comes out.
We'll see for sure. Now, people want to learn more about you. Where can they learn more information?
Y'all can check out my Instagram and my TikTok and my YouTube, mainly my Instagram though. It's Kory Mann, KoryMann. Same for TikTok.
Awesome. So, what's next for you besides this major production coming out? Is there anything else coming up for you?
A little bit of just a hope and a wish and a dream. Like I have other things that I'm working on outside of acting. Like I'm really into writing and directing as well. So I have like a few short films that are like in the works, not many of them very far into development, but I'm developing them in my brain. And I'm also a feature film, which I'm really hoping to work on more once I hopefully make more of a name of for myself in acting. Maybe I can leverage that. So we're hoping because I really love writing and directing so much, so I would love to lean more into that in the future.
Super exciting. Now, do you have any passions or hobbies outside of acting that you like doing?
Yeah, definitely the like the filmmaking. So I really am hoping I get more of a chance. Like I said, I went to college for filmmaking and not actually acting because for some reason I convinced myself that like acting wasn't a real job and filmmaking would be more realistic. That's very wrong. They're both extremely difficult and competitive. So don't know that I can recommend either. But yeah, those are like my main passions and also just hanging out with my friends and just like being around them and seeing all the amazing things that they do. Like one of my friends runs a production company and it's like so cool to see all of them like flourishing. So it gives me motivation to focus on my other passions as well of acting and directing and writing.
Yeah, definitely. And what advice would you give to someone that may want to get into acting?
I would say make sure that it's what you really want to do because I've met a lot of people that like put a lot of work into it and then realize it's not really for them and then it ends up being a waste of time. But if it is really what you want to do, you just can't give up. You have to stick with it because it really is like who can survive the longest in the industry is what it seems to be. The people that stick around stay around. So if you really love it with all your heart and can't see yourself doing anything else, just keep going because it only takes one yes. It only takes one yes to change everything.
Very well said. Kory, is there anything that I forgot to mention that you would like to mention before we go today?
Um, I don't think just that, hopefully we can book something cool coming up. Ryan Murphy, Mindy Kaling, if you're listening, love you both. Would love to work with you. And thank you so much, Kayden, for having me on the show. This is such a cool experience. It was so nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you too. And again, Kory, man, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the Kayden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. Definitely appreciate you coming on the show with us today. And if you have something new to chat about, we'd love to have you back.
Aw, of course. Thank you so much.